Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the OB podcast where we explore interesting topics like how people think, feel, and behave in the workplace. I'm Nili Dimkondo, your host, and I am here with my fellow panelists, Mathieu Sombanya, Ashton Spielman, Mares Mudau, Taran Kanga. Today we're speaking about the 4 powerful areas of organizational behavior. We'll be discussing what it really means, why it is crucial for both employees and managers. We will also be looking at how theory factors like your Maslow's hierarchy of needs and Herzberg's 2-factor theories and how they impact and affect employees at work. We further discuss the issue of perception and how the way we understand information may greatly affect decisions and judgments at work. Lastly, we will talk about how much it is important to discover the right match for both the person and their work and both the person and the organization. We encourage everyone to stay behind, whether you're an HR specialist, a business student, or a person who's just curious about work dynamics. As by the end of this episode, you will have clarity of what organizational behavior is and what it really means to the organization. Thank you so much. I will be introducing my first panelist, Mares Mudau. Welcome, Mares Mudau. I will be asking you the question of what organizational behavior really is and why it matters with the company. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Nileti. OB looks at how people act in work settings. It pulls ideas from sociology and management to figure out what drives employees, how they work together, and how the workplace environment shapes their actions.
The whole point is helping leaders create better work environments by understanding human behavior better. People might wonder why this matters so much.
When managers get what motivates their team, they can set up systems that actually work. Take something like recognizing good work or offering training opportunities.
Those things tend to make people happier in their jobs and more likely to stick around because they feel appreciated.
Leadership development ties directly into this too. Leaders who get it know what their teams need to adjust and how to lead accordingly. They build trust through clear communication and to push teamwork over competition. Say you have a leader who focuses on innovation and pushing boundaries.
You can get teams to perform better beyond basic expectations. Teams are everything in most organizations. These days, OB gives a playbook for building
strong groups, handling different personalities, and sorting out conflicts.
Think about how teams go through phases when starting out. There's always a awkward beginning stage, then conflict pops up before things finally click. Managers who understand these patterns can guide their teams smoother. Company culture sits at the heart of OB, so a positive environment where people feel heard and treated fairly gives morale a good time. Workers stay longer and care more about their work. On the other side, toxic culture beats talent fast and time productivity in no time. At the end of the day, OB isn't just textbook matters. It is real-life tools for real workplaces. Getting this right means motivated teams can actually want to show up,
to lead, and companies that just don't want to survive but actually thrive. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mares, for your time. I will be moving on to Ashton, who will be answering the question of how motivational theories influence job attitudes and behaviors. The floor is yours, Ashton.
This offers guidelines to managers on what motivates employees to work, on how their attitude is developed, and how their behavior is determined in the workplace. It assists management in raising job satisfaction, commitment, and productivity. There are motivational theories which have major impacts on job attitude and behavior within the workplace. One of those motivational theories is the Maslow hierarchy of needs, which focuses on psychological and safety needs, belongingness, and esteem and self-actualization. Basic needs refers to the fact that employees could be half-stated in terms of wages and employment, which may lead to unsatisfaction within the workplace, or they won't be willing to change with the business. Belongingness refers to the sense that employees might feel like they're not recognized within the workplace, or like they don't have any part in the workplace. But the team can get boosted by work on social needs such as teamwork and recognition. Self-esteem and actualization refers to promotions, challenging assignments and opportunities to shine within the workplace, and which increases confidence and creativity. The impact that this has in the workplace is that workers are advanced through the hierarchy. The influence of unmet needs results in adverse attitude, whereas unmet need contributes to higher motivation in the workplace. The second motivational factor that impacts job attitudes and behavior within the workplace is the two-factor theory represented by Iceberg, which focuses on the hygiene and motivators within the workplace. Hygiene factors such as an unhygienic work environment can lead to unsatisfied employees, as well as them not being motivated to work every day. And motivators focus on achievement, recognition, and responsibility. They are good motivational factors which make the job more satisfying, enhancing productivity and proactive behavior. The impact that this has on the attitudes within the workplace is that hygienic aspects will avoid this contentment, whereas generators cause participation and a favorable job life. Another motivational theory is the Adams sympathy theory of Adams. This focuses on how employees view equity within the workplace. Employees can often do comparison between the treatment between themselves and other employees, such as efforts and rewards. Perceived inequality leads to unrewarded and lazy work within the workplace. And just treatment of rewards leads to increased benevolent and positive behavior when it comes to reward. Equitable treatment leads to improved feeling, and a feeling of equality leads to, and a feeling of inequality leads to resentment and disengagement. The goal setting, finally, is the goal setting theory. In this theory is the contribution of Locke. The effect that this theory has on job attitude and behaviors is that tasks are feedback based and are performance enhancing. Whenever employees have participative goal setting within the workplace, they feel appreciated, which boosts the commitment. Unattainable expectations will lead to stress and withdrawal within the workplace. The advantage that this theory has in the workplace is that there's more job specifications, employees are more motivated, and there is an increase in productivity as a result of goal satisfaction.
Thank you so much, Ashton. Just going back to the theories that you mentioned, can you please just mention one theory and how it would be efficient for employees in the workplace?
Okay, I'll refer to the Maslow's hierarchy of needs and refer specifically to the psychological and safety needs of the employees within the workplace. Our workplace provides employees with counseling and therapy and all the things like that to help with your psychological needs in case you're not coping within the workplace.
Alright, thank you so much, Ashton, for your answer. I will be now referring to Tamara Mshanga, who will be answering the question of the influence of perception on individual decision making and judgment in the workplace. The floor is yours, Tamara.
Thank you, Melody. At work, our perception has a significant impact on our judgment and decision. Although perception is not an objective process, it is how we understand and make sense of the world around us. Rather, it is subjective reality that has been shaped our experience and cognitive shortcuts. This may result in a number of biases that influence our perceptions of our co-workers and circumstances we encounter. The impact of perceptual biases in the workplace. The Hall effect is a prevalent perceptual shortcut in which we create an overall opinion of an individual based on a single favorable trend. For example, you might assume a new hire is more capable and intelligent than they actually are if they are articulated. This may unintentionally affect the project we chosen to assign. The halo effect, on the other hand, is the opposite. We can develop a negative opinion of someone based on single unfavorable characteristics, like arriving late to a meeting once, regardless of their abilities and contributions. This may result to unjust assessment and reluctance to offer them new opportunities. Confirmation bias is another potent bias. This is our propensity to ignore or minimize contradicting evidence in our favor of information that support our preconceived notions. A manager who thinks a certain team manager lacks motivation, for instance, might only observe moments when the person appears disengaged, ignoring their important contributions and diligence. This can result in unfair, erroneous elevations, which make it especially risky during performance reviews. Navigating perception in the workplace. The first step in reducing the impact of these biases is acknowledging them. Without awareness, our judgments are not always accurate because of our perceptions serve as a filter. We can work towards making more unbiased, fact-biased decisions by deliberately questioning our presumptions. This entails actively seeking out information that might contradict our preconceived notions, utilizing structured interviewing procedures to lessen the halo and horn effect, and seeking out a variety of viewpoints. In the end, acknowledging that our perception is subjective enables us to make more fair and sensible decisions, resulting in a more just, productive workplace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tamam, for your impactful response. I'll move on to my final panelist, which is Matilda Sobrania, who will be responding to the importance and effect of linking individuals in the workplace. Thank you so much, Matilda.
Thank you, Yeliti. Firstly, I'm going to start with the percentage of fit. How much a person has the necessary abilities, interests, skills, akin to the requirements of a specific role.
A strong fit leads to
staff being absent and low turnover, high performance and productivity, a raise in engagement and job satisfaction.
Secondly, we're going to talk about organizational fit. It concentrates on how effective a person's beliefs, values, and personalities go in hand with the company's culture and goals. A strong fit results in greater engagement in teamwork, decreased conflict, and increased motivation,
increased organizational commitment, followed by organizational impact. Linking individuals effectively through the fits has profound effects. Retention. Workers who feel welcomed and appreciated have a lower chance of leaving the organization. Performance becomes better through shared goals and motivation. Culture creates a consistent and connected work environment, sharpening the organizational identity. The fits interact with other OB concepts, motivation theories. When workers are a perfect fit in the business, they will have motivation from the inside of the business. Perception is a good fit and makes people be more passionate about their work.
Matching people to their jobs and company culture builds a strong relationship, motivating them to perform better and more engagement, and contributes to shared goals, ultimately driving organizational success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Matilda, for your answer. We can say that one thing we learned today is that organizational behavior is not just a theory in a book. It has much more detail, it has much more meaning within the workplace. I would love to thank my fellow panelists for joining me today. Thank you to my listeners, my viewers for watching this wonderful video. And till next time, thank you so much, guys.